You're watching Good Girl in a pretty good world this end of month. Happy holidays! Don't worry, this will not be a rant about how commercialized Christmas is. On that note, I am accepting gifts. What is it about Christmas that inspires us to finally be the good people that we never are all year long? We're so dedicated to give a house a cozy and happy feel. We are friendly with everybody. We volunteer. The streets look beautiful. There's activities for the family, music everywhere. It's just utopic. I think that Christmas is kind of like God's intended day-to-day interaction with every single human being in mankind. But why do we live this utopia once a year? Why don't we live it every day? Could we live in a Christmas spirit all year long? Heck to the no, but why? We're always in denial about what Christmas is really about because we think of personal gain above it all. We ignore the true meaning of things, like the true meaning of Christmas, which is celebrating Jesus' birth, for the sake of getting the benefits of something without committing to the ideology of that something. We ignore the true meaning of Christmas in order to get the benefits of Christmas without committing to the ideology. We talk so much more about Santa, about gifts, about music, about family, about joy, about the spirit of Christmas. But we really never mention Jesus Christ, the reason Christmas exists and what is actually being celebrated. That's pretty much saying that we are just jumping on the bandwagon to get something. We do that with everything because at the end of the day, we want to gain something from it, and that's really what we are all about. So at the end of the day, it's all about us. On top of that, people think it's kind of too much work, too much effort to be this nice all year round. So what I'm pretty much saying is Christmas is way more about receiving than giving, and then we're just selfish as heck. Another reason why we can't live the Christmas spirit all year long is because we have a tendency of getting bored with pure, innocent, and good things. The rebellious, the daring, the edgy always appeals to our naturally corrupt nature more than goodness. And we tend to feed that a lot more for the temporary satisfaction other than working a little hard on more tedious things that give us a long-term result that is beneficial to you and everybody else. But the fact that we need to work for it versus experiencing that short-term satisfaction of what's bad and what's risky, that attracts us more. And a lot of us just go with that. Just look at pop stars, for example. You see the good girl gone bad all the time. You get even Taylor Swift into that right now. Why do you think they do that with their image? They do that because you don't buy their stuff if they're always cute and sweet. So one of the reasons why we don't spend Christmas every day of the year is because eventually people get bored of being jolly. They get bored of being kind and sometimes even bored of getting kindness. And get bored of jolly people if they're like that all the time. And that's mainly because there's not a deep root of joy in our hearts. How about we start thinking on how we can find this root of joy that is always with us, all year round. Always a smile on our face, no matter what. And also figure out how to not get bored of that, how to find the excitement, the thrill, and the benefit of it. That's the whole message of Christmas in the first place. You receive a perfect love from Jesus that in turn changes you internally and gives you such joy that you don't really want to have it just for yourself all year round, but you also want to give others so they can have it all year round. And you are empowered to give that same kind of love that you received. And then in turn, they experience that love and they get full and they give somebody else that same love. And that's a gift that keeps on giving. That's the message of Christmas. And all of a sudden, you are more concerned about giving than receiving. And the joy that you have, you wouldn't exchange that for anything else. So let's shift our message of Christmas a little bit more. Let's teach our families on Christmas on how to be rooted in joy, in graciousness, in kindness, and in love that will last all year round, that they will be happy to give, and that they won't get tired of. Let's keep the spirit of Christmas when we turn off the lights. Merry Christmas.